G'day, you backbones.
Morning, everyone.
Fucking, you looking good, mate.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, hot.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing? Ooh,
Oh,
sorry, got a cheeky DM there coming through.
oh, very good, mate. Very good. Partly cloudy, the weather conditions in Melbourne. Looks like
I've
a very
just been
fine day.
sent a picture by a friend in Brazil with a lovely lady. I don't know how I should know
I've got a good guess. Um,
Don't know. Hey, let's see.
okay, so you're about to get underway for Q1.
I'm gonna have to sort of keep my downstairs operation quite closed off as
Are
I've
you still running no pants?
Yes, still running. No pants there.
Brave.
Yeah, no, brave. You, isn't there a sort of saying there? The Braves, something about the Braves.
There's probably a
Fortune
few.
strengthens the Braves, or something like that.
Fortune favours the brave.
That's the one.
You could also say fortune favours the bold. That's another expression.
Definitely not bold down there though.
Bold, not bald. I was just trying to break that down for a second. Anyway,
Please.
hometown not so hero Daniel Ricciardo in the car. He'll be looking for a better session than he's had lately.
Yes, so if you're trying to tune in there, we're watching it on F1 TV at the moment. Yeah, quite an interesting session we're gearing up to have a look at.
It is. Here's the Sol Williams,
The Sol Williams Alexander Albon. Now, James,
front of the queue.
if you're James Vowles, would you have done that? Taken away a car from the driver who's not hit the wall and give it to the driver who's hit the wall, although he does potentially have a better chance of scoring points. What do you think?
I'm tempted to say my knee-jerk reaction was to say I would have put the decision in Logan's hands, but I would retract that because I do think that as the team manager, it does ultimately need to be your decision. But for me, I was thinking, if you go to Logan, you say, "This is what I'm thinking of doing. Should I do it, or do you reckon you're in the points this weekend?" And if he goes, "I'm in the points this weekend," you put him in the car. And if he goes, "Fair enough, I can see your logic," put Alex in.
Yeah, I know, but how fair do you rate the decision? Because I don't think, from Logan's point of view, he would have had much.
No, absolutely not. No, he would have had no power over that whatsoever.
Your hair, by the way, is stunning right
Thank you.
now. It is. It's quite a.
Jeez, it's very Cameron Diaz, isn't it?
It is very Cameron Diaz. Anyways, so we're starting out here. Q1. Who's your bet for pole?
Max.
Yeah.
Because I say that because Charles and Carlos aren't necessarily like Melbourne specialists. You know what I mean? Like,
No, yeah, I can see your point.
I can't remember a result of note for either of them at Melbourne. I'm happy to be wrong on that front. So yeah, I'm sticking with the status quo. I'm saying Max Verstappen. What about you, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Here's a more interesting game. Obviously, because Max ruins things. Who's your pick for P6?
P6.
It's a much more fun guessing game, isn't it?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go P6 Lando Norris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something in my gut that says Perez, but he's sort of sorted his shit out lately. Though qualifying in Melbourne last year is where the wheels fell off the wagon.
Quite significantly. Yeah, actually,
P6?
they did fall off, I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna go Lewis.
Lewis for P6.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, the Mercedes
So
had a pretty horrendous.
Well, I think the wagon's horrific, but Lewis is actually pretty good in Melbourne, and it's his
Well, he's a pretty handy driver.
38th Grand Prix coming to Melbourne. So, like, if anyone's got the track knowledge or whatever,
Yeah, it'll be Lewis Hamilton.
he should be able to drive around his shit car here.
He's pretty good.
Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
I've heard that. A few people rate him.
Well, could that be a bit of a blocking in T1? No, perfect. The Red Bull gets up. Wow,
It's a
they've got
little
some
loose
speed.
in the goose there at the rear, mate.
I tell you what, Alex Albon's really pushing that wagon as if it was his own.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just as much his as the other car was, I guess.
Well,
that belongs to Williams
I
Formula
still
One team.
think it's a bit unfair though.
Oh, it's totally unfair. It's bullshit.
Like, I feel real bad for Logan.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I mean, I do and I don't, right? I think you can often look at these sorts of things as an opportunity to be the best thing that ever happened to you, you know?
yeah, but
It's-
at the same time, right? If I'm Logan Sargent, A, I'm fuming. B, I'm asking for a raise.
oh,
And
yeah.
C, I'm asking for the upgrades first for the rest of the year.
Oh, yeah, my salary just doubled.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. I think it can be it's probably quite a good kick in the ass. Like, it's not totally savage. It's not just outright the team saying, you suck.
No.
It's the team going, we fucked up.
Can
and
you help us out?
We want to put the number one driver. Because I don't think there'd be any shame in saying that Alex is the number one driver.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, it's a good opportunity, I think, for Logan to go back and rebuild and go, right, fuck you guys for the rest
Now's
of the year,
my
you know?
fucking time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think maybe it could end up being a win-win for Williams over the course of the season. I think it could light that fire with Sargent, you know, that they actually need to see out of him.
Fucking great insight, James.
Hey, thanks, mate. Just my 2 cents. Just my 2 cents.
As we see Alex Albon, we're going to get an onboard shot there. I think he's gone a bit wide out of that corner.
Yeah, he's missed the apex
Oh.
by about half of the year.
I tell you what, Logan's floor not going to look the same after that.
Yeah, Logan's just tallying up invoices here now.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, diffuser damage. That's $3,000.
Oh, I think it's a whole lot more than $3,000 there, the old diffuser damages. Valtteri Bottas with another gifted sub to the friends of the group there, as we've got Max Verstappen. So Max Verstappen, what a driver.
Yeah.
Are we looking
I think he might be
hearing-
an alien.
Well, you could say so, yeah. He's really coming in fast here. I don't know if he's on a... Is he on a push? Yeah, he must be on a push. Yeah, he's pretty quick.
I reckon Max and Lewis don't talk that much because they communicate telepathically between each other because they're both aliens.
Yeah. Well, when you've got sort of your 50, 60 wins by the age of 26, and then the other geezer's got 100 and something.
He's in triple figures, yeah.
Yeah. You're not normal.
No, definitely not.
Not normal.
Yeah, so there's a theory we could play with that maybe Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen aren't actually a part of the human race.
That's true. As we see Sergio Perez there slotting into second. Max Verstappen, obviously P1.
P1, yeah.
Quite a lot of understeer he's saying in the car. So not happy.
He's got about 4/10 less understeer in his car than Perez has in his, though. So that's good news.
That's true. No, only a couple.
Well, the Wi-Fi's a bit scratchy. I'm not actually too sure what those numbers actually say. To be perfectly honest.
Yeah. Sorry about that. But at least we've got, what
It's
can
good.
I say?
It's like I'm watching Formula One in the 90s again. It's cool.
Yeah, sort of, yeah. It's giving a bit of a retro vibe to the screen.
Yeah.
As we see the Ferrari there, just up through the gears into the third last corner, into the second last corner there. I believe that may be Charles Leclerc, but like I said, quite just difficult to distinguish on screen. Maybe Carlos Sainz, as we got Sabine Rojas with a gifted Tier 1 sub to, I don't know. A lot of people asking whether they'll be seeing me in the car anytime soon. You will. And that's where I'll leave it.
Couple of weeks.
Yeah, couple of weeks. As we got both Ferraris slotting in front of Verstappen. Couple of tenths to the good. Lando Norris slotting in P5, not far off my prediction. And how's Oscar Piastri doing? Ooh.
I love the pastry to just smash it,
Slots into sixth.
I mean,
400s behind his teammate.
respectable, isn't it? I mean, it's a bit, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2 at the moment, with both Ferraris up the front, then it's both Red Bulls, then it's both McLarens, then it's both Haas's.
Welcome to Formula One.
Yeah.
As Esteban Ocon real close to the wall there on the exit, as we can see the real lack of downforce from that Alpine. I mean, that's
a push.
That
at
is
the
a
end of the
push.
corner.
He's actually
Jesus.
giving it a bit of a tap there on the
Because,
exit.
dare I say, in qualifying trim on brand new tyres, that corner should be about as easy flat as a pancake.
Yes, But let's not forget that I reckon that Alpine on quali trim is probably as quick as the Red Bull on a long stint on the hards.
No, but here's the thing, though, man. I mean, that's a flat. That corner's flat in 2010.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you're saying that. I reckon it was close. Not flat.
But that's sort of it was. The quick guys were flat there in 2010.
Yeah.
A decade and a half ago.
So you'd like to think that cars that are going around 20 seconds
15
faster,
years later, the French have actually managed to build a quicker car.
They haven't.
They've not, no. So we see
Um,
Russell flying around. That livery on the Mercedes, every time I look at it, I fall out of love with it more and more.
Really?
And I was never in love with it to start with. I think it's shit.
Well, they've gone for the sort of silver black look and sort of a
Indecision.
gradient.
Indecision kills companies.
Oh, you're going well CEO,
You know what I mean?
well corporate on
I'm
this
just
one.
saying, like it doesn't. It conveys a message of inconsistency, and if I'm buying a product, I want consistency.
You want, yeah, I see what you mean.
It's
You-
like, is it silver? Is it black? Yes to both and no to both. It's just daft. I don't like it.
God, James,
Sorry.
you're going to be leading our corporate fucking company straight through the roof.
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's the plan.
10 minutes to go on this one.
Nothing really interesting going on,
Absolutely
but this is
fuck all.
Formula One.
Yeah,
Now, a little subject I'd like to tackle.
go for it.
Oscar Piastri,
Sure.
what a changed man this year.
Mm.
I mean, I've just noticed
So this-
such confidence.
This is his sophomore year, is that?
Yes, that's the one.
That's correct, yeah.
Sophomore year.
Um,
He's looking confident. He's looking. You know what? His
looking-
banter, his interviews.
he's looking unrattleable.
Yeah,
Mm.
and that could be something quite dangerous for Lando. I reckon.
I think so.
It's quite unsettling when your teammate really starts feeling comfortable in a seat that's arguably been the number 2 seat for the last 4 years. And he's really at
Yeah.
home there now.
Yeah.
Zach Brown's turned around and said he's the best rookie he's seen since Lewis Hamilton.
I mean, Zach Brown wasn't in the sport when Lewis Hamilton was a rookie, so that's big talk from Big Zach. But I mean, yeah, no, I mean he's looking very measured. I agree. Last year, definitely, you could tell it was his first year in Formula One.
Well, I think he just seemed a lot more sort of closed off. He's just sort of opened up, even in front of the cameras. He's just like, he conveys a message. Do you know what? He stands, shoulders back, and just portrays his voice as you would in a play.
Mm.
And he's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh.
As Alonso goes fastest, good on him.
Yeah, and here comes Max to shit on his parade from a great height. And no. P2.
P2. And he's 3/10 to the good, really. 2.5 tenths behind.
To the good.
Behind.
Yep.
Fernando to the good. Ha. Pretty interesting.
That is interesting.
That could be quite something.
I think we're about to get a slow motion replay of Max Verstappen fucking something up on that lap, though. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Either this or
it's
an
almost
absolute
inevitable.
radio message completely saying the car's an absolute piece of shit to drive, even
Yeah.
though he is in P2, arguably driving one of the most dominant cars in the history
gets on
of
the
Formula
radio.
One.
Guys, you forgot to put the front wing on. Like,
Actually, no, this could be a real big upset we're in for, because Sainz is significantly faster than Alonso. This is all their second lap, so it's pretty much even
sure.
between all the teams. And Verstappen is half a second off Sainz. Perez actually only 400ths behind Verstappen, so you could say that Verstappen could probably go a couple tenths faster.
I think he's definitely still got something up his sleeve, yeah.
But that's not straightforward.
No, it never is.
And Piastri holding the fort there in P6. He's bested his teammate on the second lap, and
Yeah, those Mercedes are fucking struggling, mate. Russell down in 17th. I don't know if that's representative, but
well, he is out on track at the moment trying to set a lap time.
Lewis 9th, a second off the Ferraris.
It looks like it may be a struggle for the Mercedes to get into Q3 possibly this weekend.
Could be.
What could be the upset is
Albon getting knocked out. He's on the drop zone in P15 right now.
I'll tell you what, I think if you're Logan Sargent, you're kind of hoping for that.
Oh, absolutely. Massively so.
As we see Gasly and Ocon there, bringing up the rear as you would. I tell you, One positive that there is out of this weekend: no Alpine will be P20.
No.
They may bring up the rear, but they will have
They'll
significantly
still be
improved.
down the back.
Yes,
Yeah. No,
albeit
yeah, no.
not 19 and 20. And do you know what we call that in France? Progrès.
Russell's radio.
Nah.
Brakes don't really feel like they're working.
Well,
It's not great feedback, is it?
well, no. You really
They
want to
don't
be
really feel like
they
they're
are
working. So, all right, what are we meant to do with that?
He's actually only 2/10 off science there, but it looks to me that he's put on a brand new set of tyres in Q1.
It looks like his brakes aren't really working.
Well, they should be because I don't know. But I think both Mercedes have actually put a brand new set of softs there because they are
Gasly.
only 2/10 off the Ferraris, which should put them sort of fifth, sixth, quite easily going through, I reckon.
Yeah, here's G Russ.
But
P9. I don't think they're out of the woods, mate. No way.
no chance. That's real bad. And Hamilton in
And that's
front
arguably
of
even worse.
Russell, but
That they're both exactly the same pace.
How about Pierre Gasly there? We're going to hop on board, I reckon, with him. Oh no, we're just going to see him final couple of corners there. And I think this is probably their final run. That's pretty tidy, but it's pretty slow.
Yeah, again, you can see
he's struggling.
He's fighting that thing, eh?
Oh, he's actually made it into the top 15, but I suppose that most of the cars behind will probably improve. One thing that hasn't changed, though, Daniel Ricciardo, 3.5 tenths down on his teammate.
Yeah, no, well, some things have to remain the same.
Pretty standard.
Yeah, I was just thinking of Gasly and to be fair to him, Ocon as well.
P19 for Esteban Ocon.
Yeah, it was like that R. Kelly meme where he's doing the interview where he's trying to claim that he's not a pest, and he was like, "Fight my life with this shit." No, I have to show you then.
Not now. Later.
What else are we doing?
Well, we're watching Alex Albon, seeing if he can actually get out of the bottom. As we see, Max Verstappen's gone purple in Sector 1. Well, there you go. Sort of Red Bull found their pace again. And let's see if Alex Albon can get out of the bottom 5. It would be quite the statement if he couldn't. Was Verstappen 2 tenths faster than Carlos Sainz there through Sector 2? Let's see. And Alex Albon, 5th.
Okay, well, that is pleasing if you're one Mr. James Vowles.
But that is not pleasing if you're Logan Sargent.
No, it certainly isn't.
Because there is also the rule, my teammate may be quicker than me because he's got a better car. But if he is significantly outperforming the squad with your own car, that's no good.
Yeah, no, that definitely isn't good. This is what I was referring to, mate.
Yeah. I see.
Anyway, 10 minutes 42 to go in the session.
Perez
Speaking
in front
of
of
pests,
Verstappen.
Perez in front of Verstappen. You don't see that every day. You do not see that every day.
Gasly, I think, may have crossed the pit lane exit line.
Oh, God.
Well, that is a...
And he has
that is a horrendous mistake to make. That won't be a grid drop, but that'll be a good little fine. And you know what? Probably a penalty point.
Just make a fucking difference. Well, because he's got quite a few, I think, doesn't he?
No, it's Sergio Perez is actually the one with the most on the grid. Picking up quite a few of them at Singapore. So he's going to be...
Ocon had a shitload, didn't he? Everyone kind of wants to see him get a ban.
Well, yeah. Do you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing Sergio get a ban. Because it would put Liam Lawson in the car, and I reckon he'd do an amazing job in that old Red Bull.
Let's digress onto that topic. Actually, let's do it in the break about the reserve driver thing.
Yes, sounds good.
Cool.
As we see Daniel Ricciardo there. Yeah. Let's see if he gets knocked out. Hopefully he doesn't in front of his home crowd. He's looking for a good weekend. Pretty pessimistic words coming from Dr. Helmut Marko about the second seat at Red Bull. Which at the moment
scathing comments.
But at the moment, really looking like Perez is going to retain it. I mean, we are 2 weekends in, and Perez did sort of fall off the fall off the wagon later on in the year. But yeah.
Yeah, Perez does lead the way on 8 points.
So let's see. Daniel Ricciardo actually pretty fast in first sector. He's significantly quicker than Pierre Gasly, who is the bubble to getting into Q2. Let's see what happens. Valtteri Bottas going a bit slower than Sainz.
Sergio Perez leads the championship on points.
Does he?
Penalty points.
Yes, that's correct. Probably the only championship
Yep.
leading on points.
Yeah, the jokes write themselves from that on.
Yeah. Valtteri Bottas, actually rapid, if you ask me.
He's just been pushed out by Hulkenberg.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's no good.
Bottas is rapid, you were saying.
Yes, Bottas looking very strong.
At his home Grand Prix, of course.
Yeah, indeed. The sort of new and third Aussie on the grid. Sort of
Kind of the best one, actually.
Yeah, arguably. Daniel Ricciardo slotting
Ricciardo
into
sorted his
P10.
shit out. All right.
Let's see if he retains that, because it looks like there's quite a lot of track improvement. Valtteri Bottas, he's going to cross the line. Oh, he's lost a lot of time in the last sector, because he actually looked pretty half decent.
Hamilton's bag.
Ooh.
Okay, so we've got checkers.
I tell you what, Nico Hulkenberg.
There's a lot of people still on the lap. Russell goes a 10th quicker than... Is he trending a 10th quicker than Sainz or himself?
I think it's Sainz, but
Wow.
they do lose a lot of time in the last sector, those Mercedes.
Tsunoda's, yeah, just a douche.
Ricardo. Esteban Ocon gets out of the drop zone for the Alpine.
For now. Both the Haas are on a lap.
No, they've just
finished,
yeah.
Oh, good shit.
Lepine Racing. Wow.
George Russell goes 6th fastest. Okay.
Improvement. Alex Albon, solid 7th. I have to say, James Vowles, pretty happy.
He's looking good now.
Who?
James Vowles. You know.
Indeed.
I mean, Q and Ricciardo's lost his lap time and he's out.
Well, I think that... wow.
Are we going to see Magnussen find out this news in real time? No.
I don't know, but Magnussen is now through to Q2. Daniel Ricciardo missing out massively. And Guan Yu Zhou,
claiming he has damage.
He thinks he's got damage. Oh, he did. Where did he get that? No, he does have damage. Look at the front wing.
He does have damage, yeah.
Where did he pick that up from?
Good news in Formula 1, the front wings are cheaper than Formula 2. Because you can just replace an end plate. You don't need to cough up 35 grand for Bruno.
Oh,
really
I still believe that the
cool.
end plate probably is more expensive.
35 grand? Nah. What about a carbon fiber? No way.
Who knows? But
I could bore some of the fans to death with some Formula 1 car insurance chat if you'd like.
Nah,
okay.
I think we're all good. Well, I think
now I'd like to talk about this ringer concept.
I actually first would like to talk about Daniel Ricciardo.
Go for it.
You famously said and called him washed.
I think I said, yeah, what if the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix and Daniel Ricciardo got in common? They're both washed.
Yes, that's correct. So quite a statement from you on the second race of the season, but
I don't retract it.
It's looking pretty poor.
Yes.
Obviously he was.
She agrees.
She's not happy. He was tipped, obviously, to be the probably the second driver at Red Bull going into 25, as pretty much everybody was saying that Perez was going to lose his seat, although he's actually had an amazing start to the year. Arguably, you're not going to. Yes. You're not going to beat Max Verstappen, but if you can finish second behind him every race, what else would they want, right? Yeah. Which is what he's been doing. And
it's kind of it, really, isn't it? It's kind of the janitor's role in a Fortune 500 company. Very important. It's important that the office is clean, that you treat everyone with the same respect that you treat your janitor. But it can be done by anyone. Yeah, it's a thankless task, isn't it? It's
but why would you replace that by Daniel Ricciardo?
Well, exactly. You know, if you get some cleaner who comes in and says, "I'm fucking going to turn this company upside down, and you'll, it's going to be the best thing ever," but I don't need you to be the best thing ever. What? I've got the best thing ever already. His name's Max. Sergio Max. Like it's not.
Yeah.
If you had some young buck, if you're Helmut Marko blowing up your phone, going like, "I can be the next world champion. I can be the next." So I'm not looking for the next world champion.
No.
I've got the next world champion on lock for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for someone to hang out with in the back of the jet, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Someone I don't mind having a conversation with. Nice glass of wine. Someone with the culture,
Sergio Perez.
Exactly.
Loves his tequila.
Knocks a tequila back. I'm sure he's great on the piss. I think that's probably what this Red Bull seat is being decided on. How good are you on the piss?
Do you know what?
Can you drag it home to a P2? And how good are you on the sauce? Because that's all that I'd be looking at.
And we have seen how good Sergio Perez is on the sauce.
Now, if you were to draft him a replacement,
from
I'm going to say inside Formula One and outside the current Formula One grid, on that criteria of could drag the Red Bull to a P2 quite comfortably and real good on the sauce.
Myself.
Yeah?
Yeah, I reckon I'd be up there,
Yeah, no, there you actually.
I am really good on the sauce.
You are good on the sauce.
And I think in a Red Bull, I'd find myself quite handy. I don't think I'd go out there and beat Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
No chance, really. If Helmut Marko is looking for someone good on the sauce, mate, he's got my number.
Yeah. That's probably why Ricciardo's held that position of favour for so long. Because to his credit, he seems like he'd be great on the sauce.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got it on relatively good authority that he's a lot of fun on the sauce.
But he is getting old.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, because, I've done a lot of drinking with men well into their 40s and 50s over the last 5 to 10 years as a part of my insurance career. And I'd argue they're actually, at times, more fun to party with than guys your own age.
A lot of cars there under investigation for failing the race director's instruction of following the Delta time.
Oh, dear.
But yeah, going back to the sauce, mate, as good as I think Perez is on the old tequila, last weekend, I think I was probably on par with him there on the
I'm struggling.
tequila.
Yeah, I wasn't in town last weekend.
No.
Gasly, I reckon Gasly'd be pretty good on the sauce, I reckon.
Yeah.
I don't know if he could drag it to a P2 every week, though. I mean, he's been in that seat.
He's been in that seat and lost it, so...
OP?
Esteban Ocon getting through. Obviously, chuffed to bits to get into P14 there from Esteban Ocon. I mean, progrès.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would probably... I don't think Helmut Marko is going to want to talk to Oscar Piastri about cricket.
No, but you see, I've heard that Lando's pretty good on the piss.
He's all right.
He's not the greatest, but he's good on the piss.
That's the thing. It depends if you're Helmut, it depends what you're looking for. Are you looking for a grazer or are you looking for an absolute booze hound?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can do both.
Yeah.
Which is sort of the prerequisite, I reckon.
I've mastered and perfected both.
Yeah.
I've hung up the boots on the first one, though. I'm now just a grazer.
Yeah. You like your sort of chilled out wine evenings.
Couple of wines.
You take it a little bit slower than just going straight for shots.
Yeah, I've learned my lesson a few times.
Yeah.
Over.
Yeah. How old did you start understanding sort of where your limits were there on the old booze front?
Understanding or adapting my drinking to cater to them? Because I understood my limits, I think, quite early on. I just chose to ignore them. I'd say I probably took an active. Let's slow the pace down, James. You're not as young as you used to be. Probably when I was just about to turn 25, so later to 24.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, good on you.
So
good on you, mate.
Yeah, but you got to remember, my liver at 24 had done probably 4 or 5 decades worth of drinking.
That's the thing. Welcome to the insurance broker's life.
Correct. Anyway, Q2 started. We've got cars on track. 13 minutes and 42 seconds to go on this one.
Carlos Sainz looks to be the first driver across the line. He's slowed
Is this
right
some
down.
slow-mo now? Or
no, he's slowed right down. I think he's...
It's kind of trippy.
Please excuse the coughing, by the way. I've got a pretty horrendous case of long COVID.
That's good to know.
As we've got, Carlos Sainz entering the second last corner, prepping his lap, other tyres in the window. Let's see Opens that DRS up there at the back end of the car. What a good-looking rear end.
Who's been handed the worst deal, Logan Sargent or Carlos Sainz?
I still think Carlos Sainz.
Yeah.
He's actually without a seat. Although Logan technically doesn't have a seat for next year, as do, I think, 12 drivers on the grid don't as of...
Is it? Yeah, next year's free agent market is so much more interesting than this year. This year was the worst silly season ever.
But it actually brought...
Worst and best, right? Because we had the silly season that we were owed, but for next year.
Yes,
You
but
know?
I think it's created a lot of opportunities for for shit to really hit the fan.
Absolutely.
Towards the end of this year, because that Mercedes seat is highly coveted by pretty much every driver on the grid, although recent performances haven't been so good. The Red Bull seat is also there if somebody can stand out and get that seat. Aston Martin, who knows if Alonso is going to stick around. Pretty good car. I'm pretty sure both RBs are out of contract, both Saubers, both Hasses. It's going to be a free-for-all,
mate. Yeah, it's going to be all go. Science crosses the line. It's going to be a 1 minute 16.6. Don't know what that means.
Neither. Although he doesn't have the purple in the first two sectors.
His missus?
As we see his missus there, a good
Rebecca
friend of
Donaldson.
Good friend of Frankie's. Yeah. This is Max Verstappen has just gone quickest by 3.5 tenths on Carlos Sainz, or just 3 tenths there. And Esteban Ocon bringing up the... Esteban Ocon, I said. 2.4 seconds behind. They've got sort of another DM there.
Also the rough middle sector. Norris has just gone quickest in Sector 1.
Apparently, it's back to what I was saying. This girl from Trancoso, not someone I remember, but do I know?
Do I know her? Yes.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm finding out new things about myself every day.
Learning. And again, this comes back to the helmet marker equation of the booze hound versus, can you drag it to a P2? I'm looking through the order. Stroll flashed through my mind quickly. I think Helmut Marko and Stroll would get along very well.
I actually think they would.
But I don't know if Stroll's got the facilities to bring it back P2 every day.
He's got Lando Norris there sliding into P4, 3.5 tenths off the pace. Good time, actually. Both Ferraris, though, significantly behind the Verstappen, sorry. Piastri's gone fastest in Sector 1. Is this going to be the OP show?
P2!
Do you know what?
2 tenths off, not bad.
The Aussie could actually throw a spanner in the works here and potentially, I'm not going to say go for pole, but
I think on track evolution, they're still behind Ferrari.
He could go front row.
He could go front row.
And what about Fernando Alonso? Now, he's a wily old fox, this
Wily
man.
old fox.
And he's got a ton of experience. Probably the only man who's got more experience from Melbourne than Louis. Old Sir Louis. And,
we had a few years out there.
Not good. Only 400s behind his teammate. And
yeah, he won't like
on
that.
the fringes of the top 10. Now, I tell you what, if Oscar Piastri gets pole...
He's got a lot of push there.
I'm man-spreading.
You're man-spreading if Piastri goes pole.
Now, we know what's going on at the moment.
How many people we got watching this thing?
We've got 154 viewers.
Okay, so that's not as bad.
It's still pretty bad.
Yeah.
You know, the power of the internet can turn 154 viewers into a few million.
Yeah.
As we've actually gone through that before.
Yes. Yes. Anyway.
A lot of chat saying I shouldn't.
I think you should listen to them.
Could it be a career ender?
No.
No chance.
No. Kardashian effect, mate.
Honestly, could be the Kardashian effect.
Yeah. Could
throw a whole career out for me in reality telly. Who knows? I've always said I thought I'd be quite good in front of the camera.
Yeah,
Pretty
well,
entertaining character to follow around.
there you go, mate.
Um,
Could just be a flash away.
a lot of people saying I'd actually break the internet and F1 Twitter at the same time.
I think you might. All right, F1 Twitter, you got a shot at breaking F1 Twitter. I don't think you're breaking the internet with a Novalac junk flash. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I get you. Well,
This is F1, isn't it?
yeah, well, it's not really much going on apart from
No.
Piastri's amazing lap. What's up?
Theory. Yeah, let's play the game again. So, I put out a tweet off the back of Behrman's situation last time out.
Yeah.
I said I think that there should be every race weekend there should be a reserve driver in the car, a ringer. Somebody's got to have like a bye week. You do like a bye week system.
Yeah. I see
Every sport does a bye week system.
Well, to be honest, I actually saw this as well on Autosport. They actually wrote a little sort of a piece on that saying, should they upgrade the two FP1s?
I saw that. I think that overcomplicates it.
Yeah, well, I think every team should actually field at least one rookie driver per season during one race.
Yeah.
Because even if it's the same rookie driver for a couple of teams, it gives the guy exposure. It gives the guy experience. I mean, you're talking about raising money.
You had Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin basically ruin Formula One for rookies, didn't you?
Well,
that's essentially what they did together.
But at the same time, I think there's so much talent on that F2 grid that could do a mega job in F1 and actually promote themselves massively, because F2 is not actually an easy championship to win because it's so close. It's not just down to basic performance. You got to get lucky. You got to be smart in your races. You got to be consistent. And sometimes drivers have tough periods. They don't end up having a great F2 season, but you put them in an F1 car and they're freaking rapid.
Yeah.
And I think F1 teams are always sometimes maybe a little bit reluctant until they've had the guy in the car prove himself and show how good he can be.
But in race trim as well, I mean, simulator data and all that shit, that's still not enough for them. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Exactly. But in that sense, I think actually it would make teams a lot more open to signing young rookies into F1.
Definitely.
Because they'd quickly realize that Ollie Behrman, as much of an amazing talent as he is, there's a lot more in that paddock as well.
He's still yet to score points in Formula 2 this year. So, absolutely. I mean, like, if you were Alpine, right, chuck Victor in for a round. Why not? You're that shit.
Yeah, you may as well find out
He's
that you've
still
got an
French.
unbelievable
People
talent.
probably won't even fucking notice.
Well, Ocon has actually put it into Q2.
Sure.
But yeah.
No, so I think, because we've got, I was actually thinking about this. We've got the perfect number of races. What, 23 race season now?
24.
24.
Yes.
So, all right. You got 20 only drivers, thanks to Formula One, who decided that Andretti couldn't come and play with us. It can't be a home Grand Prix, and it can't be Monaco.
Yeah. But then...
And maybe it can't be the last race of the year.
Or Vegas.
No, it can be Vegas.
Yeah, true.
Who cares about Vegas? You can still hang out. I mean, if you're Formula One, you still get a ticket. You can still go.
James, a lot of the fans there are asking if you could get me an OnlyFans membership. No, not membership, sponsorship.
I can try.
On the wagon. Could be quite interesting, especially after a sort of a flash like this. That could open quite a few doors for me.
Yeah, close a few as well.
Yeah, that's very true.
4 minutes 18 to go in this one.
Fernando Alonso, 22 career poles.
They're just on the fringes of that top 10 here, Aston Martin, this weekend, aren't they? It's very team-orientated. I'm looking at that top 10, isn't it?
Well, as it most of the time is in Formula 1.
It's 5 teams in the top 10.
Carlos Sainz putting an absolute belter of a lap, 2 tenths faster than anybody else.
Sonoda's currently looking to be a long way further up the grid than his teammate, so he'll be pleased about that.
Oh, a lot of fans there asking a very good question, actually, James, and I think this is one you can answer, having driven on most of these, probably on the old F1 games, probably. Which track that is currently not on the calendar would you like to most see back on the calendar? Hockenheim.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Actually, both of the German ones. I loved when they used to alternate between Nürburgring and Hockenheim.
Very true. Awesome tracks to race, and I actually did a bit of racing around there myself back in my Formula Renault days.
Oh, yeah.
Hockenheim was awesome.
Yeah.
Loved.
The T1 seems like it's just way too much fun, you know?
It's so fast.
Yeah.
And then you've also got that extremely long back straight into that tight hairpin, which you
Yeah.
could go
Full
3,
braking
4
zone,
wide.
just
And overall, even the stadium section was pretty awesome. Like you got that really fast sweeper coming in
yeah.
into that banked hairpin.
Nice little bit of negative banking.
Yeah, and honestly, unreal.
Yeah.
And so I think Hockenheim's up there, and I'd probably, do you know what? I'd go for Istanbul as well.
Yeah, actually, as an
Awesome track.
F1 track, probably more so Istanbul than Hockenheim.
It's bloody fucking awesome.
Yeah. Although these current F1 cars around Hockenheim would be
Oh, mate, it
with
would be
the
a
big
joke.
fat tires.
It'd be a joke. No,
Yeah.
a joke.
Turn 1 would rip your fucking head off.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're Ollie Behrman,
Yeah, you'd be decapitated.
I wouldn't go that far, but I think the headrest would
Isaac
take a
got
massive beating.
Decapitated by Isaac Newton.
So we got Lewis Hamilton. He is going for his lap. So it's been a pretty horrendous start from himself this year. He's had a really big he's been struggling with this wagon, it's fair to say. Like you said, you don't think he cares.
He doesn't give a shit.
But it's got to be pretty annoying still to get beaten by your teammate for the first 2 rounds quite significantly. So
I think Lewis Hamilton's number one priority this year, genuinely, like under the radar, is make sure that Ferrari finish second in the constructors.
Actually, I reckon you'd go the opposite. I reckon if you made them finish third, they'd get more development time for the following season.
Time?
Yeah, of course. Depending on where you finish in the championship order, you get more time on the wind tunnel. And
I didn't know I didn't know that time came into it. I thought it was just a cash game.
No, not just. Also in terms of resources that you can actually deploy.
Okay, so the shitter you are, the better resources you get, and the better you are, the more cash you get.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Lewis using all the road and more. Knows this place well, of course. Starts to negotiate the second to last corner. A bit of a snap mid-corner. That's
looks horrendous to drive that wagon. He's just put his hand on the lid.
He's
there
gone
and he
max
just knows
commitment, and it's
poor. It's 7/10.
It's an improvement, but it's not an improvement on position.
Well, it just depends what's going to happen behind. But you got Magnussen, you got Bottas, and you got Ocon all improving. And I'm not saying that Ocon is going to go out there and probably knock him off.
And so Albon's calling it a day. Have we concluded that?
Yes.
Interesting.
I would think so.
Interesting.
Magnussen not gaining time there. Valtteri Bottas, is he going to try and knock Stroll out of the top 10? Yuki Tsunoda on an absolute belter of a lap. He's gone green. Good little drive there from Bottas. See, they're sort of not flat completely through that last corner, but Bottas not knocking out anyone.
Yeah, he's moved up to P12. Not a bad effort in that Sauber.
Ocon not really moving anywhere. Did we expect any different? Nope. And Yuki Tsunoda, obviously his teammate getting knocked out in Q1.
Tsunoda gets through. Into Q3 he goes.
I think that says it all. And Lewis Hamilton is knocked out in Q2.
That's funny.
Wow.
Ricciardo's getting sacked, mate.
That's no good.
He's done. Lawson's there. They could just bin him off.
Who?
Lawson's there this weekend.
Who's that? Daniel?
Yeah.
Well, see, I think Nick de Vries was treated extremely unfairly. And if they want to stay consistent with how they rate their drivers, I actually think Daniel Ricciardo might be out of a seat in
halfway through the year.
In 6 races.
Yep.
So maybe Lawson could actually get a seat before the end of the year. Let's see. But quite a big delta between your Yuki Tsunoda at the moment and your Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah, which is embarrassing when you're Daniel Ricciardo, for obvious reasons. So, but we'll see how that develops throughout the year. I mean, who knows what Helmut Marko is thinking at any given moment?
No.
Well, you can hedge a good guess depending on who he's surrounded by, but no, it does not look good for Daniel Ricciardo. And here's Lewis is just kind of snap.
It's just not nice to drive. It just looks.
It looks like a shitbox.
Well, you said yourself you didn't like the color scheme there.
It looks to drive as well as it looks. Yeah.
Well, that's one thing I've always said, mate. A good livery,
Fast
it's
car.
like a good haircut. It's 3/10.
Yeah.
It can be 3/10 to the good, or 3/10 to the shit.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
I'm definitely 3/10 the shit on this number. I'm
Yeah, no,
currently
you're not.
running.
You wouldn't be on pole today,
No.
would I? Ooh,
You're not a lot better, actually.
No,
It's looking flat.
I think I'm
At
gonna.
least I've got some volume. It's just chaos. you
I'm
know?
gonna put the hat back on there and pray that nobody's seen this. Backbone.
Yeah, throw some backbones in the chat just for fun.
Yeah, backbones in the chat, please.
Um,
A lot of people asking for the hair care routine. Well, I have to say that it's actually looking pretty stupendous. Like, okay, it's a bit flat because it's been in a hat, but you know what I mean? It's looking quite soft. Backbone in chat. Backbone. 150 backbones actually viewing this little stream there.
Thanks, everyone. We appreciate you coming. We appreciate that not
Holy
everyone's
shit,
going to be.
the sun's coming up.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
light now.
Jesus.
Yeah, appreciate that not everyone's going to be joining us for this one. So
Yeah.
good on you.
But Carlos Sainz there, solid lap. Max Verstappen only really did the first run.
Yeah, he only really needs to, doesn't he?
There you go. Let me help you out with your microphone.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Charles Leclerc.
I think that's fair to say we've officially started to lose the plot.
Yes.
I'm getting that vibe.
Well, we have had an hour and a half sleep.
Yep.
Actually, 51 minutes myself.
Yeah.
We've been commentating for a couple of hours. I didn't have a great night's sleep 2 nights ago.
No?
No.
Oh dear.
And I'm very warm. Although I can't
fucking
quite,
warm all of a sudden.
I can't quite take off what I'm
I
wearing.
can't derobe either.
It wouldn't be a sight for sore eyes.
So essentially what we have here is 150 people looking at 2 sweaty men in dressing gowns on the internet.
Welcome to the 21st century, brother.
Yeah, there you go. The future is now. The future is now.
Just
Lando
see,
Norris in the car.
look at that helmet.
It is average. No, I'm with you now. It's average.
It's just not like he had an iconic design that he kept his whole career,
yeah.
and to just throw it away.
Oh, something so mid as well.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's the
like
thing.
unless you just completely change your.
So like when Lewis did his, as we see him in shot now. Look, I mean, when did it? 2014.
2013
when he moved to
Mercedes.
But really, 2014.
Yeah.
Though, you know, he still kind of clung on to that old design in 2013. Then 2014 came in with that white look with the burgundy. Yeah, looked cool.
Because it was different, but it was hot.
And it looked great.
It was hot.
Whereas Lando's looks different, but not that different because it's still fluorescent yellow.
Yeah.
And it's just not that hot.
It's just a bit too weird. No lines to it, sort of just.
It's a bit Ricardo for me.
Yeah.
And I don't want to turn this into a Ricardo bashing session. But you know when he like left Red Bull, he had that weird helmet design.
Yeah.
To be like, I'm breaking away, and then he proceeded to suck ass for a year and a half.
Like, man, good livery, good trim,
Yeah.
good helmet.
Good lid. You got to have a good lid.
Without those 3, you can't be on pole.
I've always prided myself on having quite a tidy helmet. It looks quite good, quite clean, very clean. Yeah, just ran black and white.
Good helmet.
Jamie Chadwick, big fan. If you're looking for some light entertainment, by the way, folks, get on down to YouTube and have a look at the Veloce GP, in which I feature, me and a few punters. Went down to the new F1 karting situation. In
F1
London.
Arcade?
Yes.
No, F1
No. Drive. F1 Drive.
F1 Drive.
F1 Drive London.
That's the one.
I had a go and had a bit of a race against some rooters there, and Jamie was there. Just caught up with her.
Quite entertaining. the video.
I was the only one who seemed to understand the concept that it was meant to be an entertainment video.
Yes. Well, you know, you put racing drivers in a racing situation, they tend to focus.
they race.
They
They'll
race.
just race.
And
I know I'm not there for talent. I'll put it that
no.
way.
And put it this way, you provided the entertainment through your chat alone.
Yeah, it got on the comms pretty good.
Good thing you did, because
it would have been it would have just been a documentary otherwise.
well, it would have been a documentary, and your performance was subpar.
Thanks, mate.
My fucking throat. Yeah, mate, you got a bit of snot there coming down in your nose.
You've got a real sort of drippy nose. I'm sniffing a lot. It might be that long COVID of yours finally making its way across to me.
So now that Lando's been on Chicken Shop Date, when are you boys making an appearance?
What is this chicken shop date?
Don't even know.
No. I've
What-
heard of it in the past.
What about the other
moons
one
ago.
where she's like, it's a girl, and they like did an interview with Drake in her bed?
Bobby Altoff. She's recently been the victim of what the internet calls a downfall.
Has she?
Where I don't think she's been cancelled.
What's happened?
I think she's just. I don't know. She had a falling out with a few people. I have no idea, but she's done basically. She's
The rise and falls of the internet.
No, it does. It can happen to the best of us. I'm really fighting a comment here, and I'm just going to focus on the fact that Q3's just started.
Yes.
I'm going to avoid that joke because it's a bit mean.
11 minutes and 41 seconds to go.
Yep.
As we see Charles Leclerc.
Charles.
Ferrari are looking strong.
There's some people on F1 TV getting horny about Ferrari having the chance to lock out a front row. I don't think that's wise.
No, because I actually believe that Max Verstappen's going to be on pole.
Full visor crack from Oscar Piastri.
On the way out the pit
That
lane.
tells. I think that says a lot about someone as a full visor crack.
Mate, do you know what that shows? Shows confidence.
Low ego. Low ego.
No, I'm going confidence.
Confidence with full visor?
Full visor open means that you are ready to let the world see your face as you're about to head out on track. And that's A, because you think you look hot.
Yeah, no, fair.
Or B, because you're going to put it on
bet
fucking
yourself.
pole.
Yeah, no, it could be one of two things. But I mean, I think, yeah, I've always thought that the smaller the gap in the visor when not actively driving, the bigger the ego. And I say that.
You say that.
I personally run absolutely fuck all gap between my visor.
I have seen that. I have noticed it actually. I once told you when obviously we went down to Donington Park.
Yeah.
And
We were
it was
filming.
raining. You were inside a car, so there was actually technically no need for a visor.
No.
Quite a dark day too. You were running the full smoke,
Light
and
smoke.
you were running it literally all the
Light
way
smoke.
down. And
Not
I said,
shut. You can't run it shut.
No,
That's lame.
it's got to have that wee gap. But
Yeah.
I don't understand to this day how you could see the track, and I quickly understood you
I
couldn't
Yeah.
because we ended up in the gravel.
Yeah, but not immediately.
Oh, it didn't take very long.
No.
Carlos Sainz heading into T5. This is the first lap of his Q3 run. He's looking fast. We're not running on high definition here at the Screen Mill Studios.
Yeah, I'm fucking starving as well.
Oh, same. I'll tell you what, the oven may have finally warmed up for a pizza.
I'm not so sure.
Well, hey, I've always fancied myself a 6 a.m. pizza.
Oh, no issue with the 6 a.m. pizza. I'm just not convinced by your oven's facilities.
Ain't quite got the facilities for that, big man. As we've got Carlos Sainz up through the gears. And is he going to go down the gears? Yes, he is. He's managed to stop it.
Well, that's positive. I mean, I'm really, yeah, we're clutching. Jesus, this is 9 minutes to go. I think I'm officially, I'm going to power through this, but I think I'm officially over it.
But we haven't even seen who's going to be on pole yet.
We have. It's Max Verstappen.
Sainz has actually improved 310, so he's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's see where Russell goes.
I'm just riding the waves right now, you know.
He's 5 tenths down. Not good. Carlos has just come back. Let's see how Leclerc fares against him. Because if he is... Do you know what? Wow.
10th off for Charles Leclerc.
Carlos Sainz comes back
Sainz's
with
manager
appendicitis
will like that.
and backbone. 1/10.
Isn't Carlos
Oh,
Sainz?
bit of a wiggle there for Oscar Piastri. He's going to keep his foot in. Opens that DRS nice and early. Lot of pace in that McLaren, and he's P3. Not a great lap.
No, because that's essentially P4, isn't it?
And as we see Sergio Perez actually making a bit of a decent lap.
Decent middle sector from Sergio Perez, quicker than
Yeah.
Verstappen.
Let's see. Verstappen goes pole, which was predictable.
Inevitable.
They've just turned up that wagon and the engine. As we got Lando Norris now going through, and he's slots into P4. And Perez, well, there you go. I think that sort of settles it. It's your classic 4/10 between the two. How on earth do we look so HD? Great camera. Thanks to old Frankie Puentes.
Yeah, operations have improved.
Well, we like to... Fernando Alonso with a bit of a mistake through the chicane, and that is a fast corner. Bit of a lawnmower action there from Fernando.
Indeed. I mean, he's lucky he's not eating a bit of barrier through there, but,
It does happen around there.
Can happen. I've seen it.
Well, Logan Sargent famously lost his seat this weekend due to some lawnmower action at that corner. So
it's so savage, eh? Your teammate rides a car off and you're out of a drive.
He has called it the hardest moment of his career. If that was me, I personally wouldn't even be at the track today. I'd be on the roulette table.
I think he's probably contractually obliged. Yeah, mate. I mean, here's how that meeting goes. So bad news. Alex's car is unrepairable. Oh shit! Have we got another one? No, that's the next bit of bad news. Oh fuck! Next bit of bad news. Well, there's more bad news for Alex. No, that's where the bad news for Alex stops.
But
you're not driving this weekend.
Sorry. But is Piastri taking a bit of curb? Mate, those curbs are rough.
Yeah. But he seems to have got away with it. He wasn't bouncing on it,
And how much curbs he taken on the exit at T1?
Again, pretty clean.
No, yeah, a bit too much. A bit too clean almost. He's just, yeah. A lot of people saying it's now time to get Logan on the pod. I tell you what, he probably would.
Yeah.
First question I'd ask him. How you doing, you sicko?
Yeah, I don't know what I'd ask him. I'd go at it probably a little bit ginger.
I'd ask him how he's doing. Because he's a good bastard.
Yeah, he is a good bastard, actually.
He's a real top geezer.
I had a bit of a yarn to him actually in Melbourne last year in the lobby at the Crown Casino.
Indeed. Indeed, Alex. 5 minutes to go. God, this cough is painful. We need to get some cough syrup. Very dry.
Get some lean going. Invite Lil Wayne round.
God, I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm knackered. Friend of the show.
Felipe Drugovich. How good to see him. Now, let's see if he's rocking his usual look of shorts, high socks, and horrendous sneakers.
He's running a long trouser today, so it must be cold in Melbourne.
It must be, because he really does love his shorts and his high socks. I tell you what, my greatest failure is having never been able to teach Felipe Drugovich how to dress.
Yeah, no, fair. He's got he's got a great canvas as well. He's a hot guy.
A great looking geezer. And do you know what?
He's looking more and more like John Mayer these days. Every time I see him, I think he looks more and more like John Mayer.
Who knows? He could be turning into the next artist of his generation.
Could be. Well, he's got to find something to do.
Exactly. When you're sitting on the sidelines for so long, I've quite famously compared him to a potted plant. I think it's probably time to learn the guitar.
Yeah, I've started learning the guitar.
A great voice on him.
So, really?
Oh, mate.
I'm not bad on the vocals either. Maybe there's a real duo group forming here.
I'd love to do something, but I really don't know how to play sort of any instrument.
Power duo. I mean, you could be on the maracas.
Tell you what,
When are we next going to see him?
I'll be on the triangle.
Yeah.
Ting.
Do you reckon we could book some studio time in and record like an official Screaming Meals jingle? Vocals provided by
James Blair.
James Blair and the vocal stylings of Felipe Dragovic.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Who else gets on? I know Fab Bock is pretty good on the guitar and the
Yeah.
drums. Colton Hurd is a drummer.
Is it?
He's a drummer.
We've really not followed this Q3, have we? We've gone way off topic.
No, but there's no point until, well, now, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's put a pin in this. Let's form a Screaming Meals band.
Indeed.
Stroll is P8 currently. Alonso
And
yet
has
to
he
put a lap
ran
in, of
into
course.
traffic, or what's happened? I think he's.
Oh, my fuck.
Ah, that's a big save from. I was about to say Lawrence Stroll, but he's probably in the box. Yeah, mate, huge save. Because I tell you what,
That's not a small shunt.
if you get that sideways there, brother, that inside wall's looking at you and it's coming fast.
Shades of James Blair in Donington. Yeah.
Indeed.
Down the hill through the left-hander. Oh,
Bit. It wasn't a bit, James. I'm pretty sure by the time you'd caught the car, the rear was already in front of
overtaken
the
us.
front.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I caught it though.
To the gravel.
No, I'm talking about the other time.
Oh, yeah, no, the other time was something special.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think Ayrton Senna would have caught that one. As we've got Carlos Sainz up the gears. He's got his DRS open. Max Verstappen a little bit in front already. We're going to get a bit of a preview of what's to come there after his Sector 1 time. See if he's improving. He does have quite a nice, tidy little margin on the rest of the field. Max Verstappen, bang, he's faster in Sector 1. How's Sainz going to fare in this
by
one?
bugger all. But he's faster than himself. So
Yes, that's the problem. We
Piastri?
also know that that's where he's lost his. He lost it in Sector 1. Oh, and Carlos Sainz is
Sainz,
faster.
how good.
Let's see what happens in
tune of half
Sector
a
2
tenth.
and 3. Verstappen faster in
Faster
Sector
than
2.
himself again.
Piastri faster than himself, but significantly
Yeah,
slower than
he's
the other two in
Still
front.
quite a way off Verstappen.
Let's see what happens towards the end of this this race. My God, Sainz could be on for pole here. Wow, this is going to be
How
close.
is it going to be from Max?
It depends how Max's
Max
last sector is.
sewed those last two corners together just
Yeah.
perfectly.
Let's see if he improves. We know that last sector on the Red Bull. Yeah. Okay. Well, no. I think Max Verstappen is on pole. We see a bit of a moment there for Carlos Sainz heading into the last corner. Is he going to go faster? No. There you go. Told you.
Splits him though.
The last sector is mighty on that Red Bull. Piastri going for a lap. He's displaced his teammate.
For now, what's Lando going to do? Crosses the line.
Ooh.
Does improve on his teammate and, in fact, on Charles Leclerc for the time being.
Good lap from Lando Norris, actually. A couple of tenths between himself and his teammate. Solid performance. Russell just sort of there. And Leclerc's boxed. Wow. Interesting. And Alonso there for sort of trying to finish this lap of honor for himself.
He's hacking here.
He is hacking in P10. He's currently behind his teammate by a little bit. So let's see if he can actually improve. He's not really pushing it, doesn't seem. But let's have a look.
Looks can be deceiving.
As he comes across the line and he moves to
It's
the
like
right.
he's won the race.
And he has improved, but he's actually out-qualified by his teammate. What's happened there?
Why?
As we see Jean-Michel TB there with the camera, trying to get a bit of action there of the Red Bull geezers. What's happened to Charles Leclerc? He stopped.
They must have told him to stop, I reckon. Or is that just
Could that be an engine issue? But I tell you what.
Don't know.
What a comeback for Carlos Sainz.
Well, yeah, I think they were just saying from the hospital to the front row. I mean, yeah. I mean, I've had appendicitis.
I haven't.
I took more than 2 weeks off. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. Tell you what. Probably wasn't worth staying up this late for this.
No.
But you know what? We do it for the backbones, don't we?
We do. We do it for you guys, and that's the most important thing. Yeah,
What happened to Charlie Leclerc then? So he's gone into the second. He's just made an
just had a
absolute
wiggle.
bit of a cock up there. And no real point keeping going. It wasn't really improving on his time, to be honest, which I think just highlights how good Carlos Sainz is.
Understeer,
So
oversteer,
oversteer.
wombling free.
Well, tell you what, great news. Oscar Piastri didn't put it on pole, so I will not be mansplaining. And my career is officially saved.
Excellent.
I think that's. We better call it a night.
We can wrap up there. I think I'm gonna go and stare at the sun for a couple of minutes.
Then probably head to sleep.
Yeah, have a quick cry and go to sleep.
Tactical.
Yeah.
It's always good to have a tactical cry after a pretty bog
long
standard
night.
qualifying.
Yeah.
And a long night. My headache's starting to come in now. Yeah, no Piastri pole, no Clem flash. We'll see you all tomorrow.
See you guys. Have a good one.
Same thing as usual.
Yeah. What time are we actually? We should probably run some admin quickly. What time are we back?
No clue. We'll figure it out and post it on the story.
Keep your eyes on the story.
Cheers.
Oh.